All right, so in this video we're going to talk about tonguing on reed instruments, and it's going to work a little bit differently. For brass instruments and for flute, we can do it just like we say to or do. That works really well for all of those instruments. Now, the difference is going to be that with a reed instrument, we actually have the mouthpiece or the reed inside the mouth. So instead of tonguing D or to, do, ti, ta, behind the teeth and at the upper part of the mouth, we're actually going to use our tongue and touch it on the reed right here. Now for clarinet and saxophone, you don't want to hit it right on the very tip of the reed right here, the opening right here. You want to hit it right in what we call the soft spot right here. So if you're looking at the reed, it's not the very tip of the reed right here, but right underneath it. And if we were to draw a pencil, kind of like in that spot right there, and not at the very tip, but close to the tip of the reed right there. And it's going to be the same for saxophone and for clarinet. Doesn't matter which instrument you're talking about. It's the same thing. You don't want to hit here. So as soon as you hit it there, you're going to hear a harsh th sound. And so instead, setting up the embouchure, okay, and you make sure that you're saying T for clarinet. It works really well. Now on saxophone, now with, this is a note for you in the mirror. If you're able to see the side part of it, you can see the tongue muscle right here moving just a little bit, especially on clarinet and saxophone because of the resistance. Now that's just part of the floor of the muscle right there. The actual tongue itself is still hanging out in the oral cavity up here. Now for saxophone, a ta works really well. Now let's talk about double reeds for a moment. All right, so on oboe, you still don't want to hit the very tip opening of the reed right here. You want to hit, again, in the soft spot, kind of right underneath the N. All tonguing is a temporary stop of the vibration of the reed. So the reeds are vibrating, and what you need to do is to stop it and interrupt the vibration just to interrupt the flow of the sound, since the vibrating reed is what actually creates the tone on our instruments. Same thing for bassoon reed. I have found, especially in the lower notes on bassoon, that a la is a little bit softer, and again hitting in that spot on the underneath part of the reed. If you need a staccato or something like that, yes, you're going to change the articulation and change what you do, but right now for us in beginner times, we're going to talk about doing in the soft spot, not at the very tip of the reed right here, but just right on the underneath part. Again, soft spot right here towards the tip underneath right is where we're going to do that for the reed. So what we need to be working on for each of these is doing 4 quarter notes. So with the metronome and tapping our toes, down, up, down, up, down, up. We're going to do 4 quarter notes and then rest for 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, ready, and 2, ready, and that's what it should be like for each of those instruments. If you have any questions on any of this or any comments that you'd like to contribute to it, just feel free to send me a message on it, and I will gladly address any of those. And for students, practice 4 quarter notes, rest for 4 counts, do that 4 times each, and then submit me a recording, and we'll see how that goes for you. Okay? All right, thanks.